Hello everyone, I am Jack and I'm back, and let me show you what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I am getting the back symmetrical from side to side. So what I've done is I have a level here, and so that makes sure that it's level from side to side. What I did was I smoothed everything out over here, got this looking like I wanted, and then I went ahead and made sure this curve over here matches what I liked over on that side. To do that, I made a template right here, and then I placed that template along each edge. I have a V mark right there that aligns with the center of each headlight, and so I pushed this there and then followed the edge. If you remember, this one has a slight hump right here, which I liked. That one there was absolutely straight. So I went ahead and took this over and filled in that area. And if I had two hands and all that, I could show you. But anyway, trust me, it matches. I spent hours getting it to match. All right, so then the next thing to do was to make sure that it was level across there. So it is level, but there's an issue. If you look over here, if you remember, it touches the body right there, and now it touches right there. So it touches both those spots. If I come over here, it touches here, but it does not touch there. See that gap there? That gap should not be there. That gap does not exist. So what I need to do is I need to fill this. What I did was I got this as close as I could with the surface that was there. So I raised this up. Remember, there was a big step right there. So I raised this up, started working my way across there, and I got it relatively flat and smooth. So you can see it's there except for a couple of low spots. But then I went, well, wait a minute, I gotta fix this so it matches. So I put the level on there. Now what I'm going to do is I got one of these shims. It's a door shim. I buy them in packs of a bunch. I use them for getting parts out of the mold. So then what I do is I take this shim and I stick it in here until it stops right there. And I came up here and I marked both sides of it, and then I pull it out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here, right here. You see I marked both sides and the center, so I'm actually going to place this right there. Let me show you. So I'm going to put it right there. Now what I'm going to do is, notice I put this circle around here. This is about where that shape, that curve is. So now with this there, I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to fill in filler and take my squeegee and go from here out to there and here out to there. You can see I also mark some small areas. I usually end up with some extra body filler, so I want to go ahead and fix those spots while I'm there. But I'm going to curve it out here and curve it out here. Speaking of curve, this is how I determine the curve. Remember my contour gauge? Well, I put it over there and verified that sure enough, this is the curve. So after I put some more filler on here, I'm going to use this as I sand to make sure I get the right shape. All right, well, that's what I've got. I wanted to show you before I did all of this so that you could see what I do to make both sides even. Oh, the other thing is there is a slight difference between the angle of this and the angle of this. What I have is an angle finder. So what I did was I put this, turn it on. There we go. All right, and I put it right here. And I look at it and I see, what's that got? 11.2 degrees. I come over here and put it in the same spot. And you can see one of the things is it won't stay. So obviously it's not the same. And this one is 17.38. All right, so that means I need to raise up this edge right here until it also is 11. So you can see it needs quite a bit. I noticed that because, see, this step right here is bigger than that step right there. So I was trying to lower this to get that to match, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, this thing slants down more. So I'm going to have to raise up this section right here and then blend it in as it blends in over there. So let me turn this off. There we go. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. So I'm going to go ahead, fill this in, fill that in. And then I've got a couple of spots over here. See these spots right here? Again, if I have a little extra body filler, I'm going to fill in all these little defects and get the edges cleaned up. Right there's another one. All right, so that's what I've got. Like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks if you want to donate. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you don't know Jack. Bye.